guys, I'm so glad that you're here and listening to this. This is going to be a good little peep show solo episode. I was inspired by somebody the other day because they asked me, so if you don't know yet, the book that I've been writing for the last 3+ years is publishing on the 28th of January, very, very, very soon, in just a couple of days. And somebody the other day asked me, oh my gosh, are you so proud of yourself? And it took me by surprise. So I've been thinking about this subject of like what it means to receive big moments in your life and to not just rush through them just for the sake of go, go, go and hustle, hustle, hustle. So I wanted to spend today's episode unpacking that concept. Before we get into it though, if you have not downloaded or if you've not gotten on the list to download your free copy of the book when it comes out, do so. It's on my website, emilyannpeterson.com. And just right there's a big form that you can fill out, name and email address, and you'll get on the list to know about when the book is free. So when the book launches, it'll be free for only 3 days. And then the price will go up from there, just the ebook version. On the day that it releases, it will also be available in paperback and hardback as well. But if you want that ebook for free, I'm happy to give it to you because getting those downloads and those reviews at the very beginning actually really helps Amazon authors especially. So if you would like to support the show, I'm just very humbly asking you to do that because it really does mean a whole heck of a lot. To launch a book with a bunch of reviews, it means things to the Amazon algorithms, and then people who need to read the book can actually find the book, which is important to me. And I know it's important to you if you've been listening to this show for a while. I started this whole process of writing this book by writing out my own story. And I got really raw and vulnerable about all of these subjects. And in the book, and also while I was writing it, there are stories that I chose not to share for boundary reasons. There are stories that I decided to dig deep and share more of because it just seemed like the right and appropriate thing to do based on the subjects that bravery brings up in our lives. And so my friend who asked me, oh my gosh, are you so proud of yourself? I'm so proud of you. Are you so proud of yourself? It took me by surprise because I have been hustling so hard to make sure that this book launch is going the way that it needs to go, that I haven't taken time, or by that point, I hadn't taken time to cherish and really relish in the amount of success that I have had, even in just the act of creating this thing. Like, I don't care how many people read it, it is still worthy of being proud of because writing a book is no easy feat and putting it out there is no easy feat in and of itself. So it took me by surprise because I realized I hadn't taken time to be proud or really feel that feeling of being proud, which I think is a brave thing to do in and of itself. Like, there are not many people who purposefully intend to feel proud about themselves. That's not something that our culture nurtures very much. We appreciate self-deprecation and sarcasm and being like a little bit sheepish about, how you're doing, even if you're doing really, really well. And I disagree wholeheartedly. I see people who are in, my colleague circle, my colleague bubble, and they're doing big, bold, wonderful things. And there's people in our community, our Bare Naked Bravery community, who are doing big, bold, wonderful things. And I am so proud of them. And the thing I want most for them is to know that they feel proud of themselves as well. And I think one of the reasons I feel that externally for other people is because I know that when they feel proud of themselves, they're more likely to keep going and keep doing the thing they just did that I appreciated in them. And so that's why it took me by surprise when I had that reaction of like, wait, I haven't proud of myself. What? That was actually the reaction I had, was like, I haven't had time for that. I've got too many emails to write. Or I've got too many things to get done. So I wanted to share with you guys a little bit today how I chose to take a minute the other day and sit down and just feel good about the success that I have already attained. Well, to try to like formulate what happened, the first thing that came to mind, which sometimes that first impulse when you're communicating things, sometimes that first impulse is like the most genius or the most stupid thing you ever come up with. So this may go over really poorly. And if that's the case, I'm so sorry. But the thing that came up to discuss this was stop, drop, and roll. Like when you're on fire, you got to stop, drop, and roll around. But that also came to mind in regard to feeling proud of yourself or relishing in the big moments or making space to fully receive these big moments, highs or lows. Like highs or lows really does not matter. But if you know a big thing, a big moment is coming, pausing to take a minute or 15 or 50 to take a minute and be silent and to listen to yourself, or even to sense the speed at which everyone else is going. If they're going super fast, rapidly, and you're the one sitting and listening to the traffic, basically the traffic around you, the noise around you, if you can sit and listen to that, then that often makes space to the second step is to drop, right? So stop and then drop. You want to drop down all of the obstacles that are keeping you from feeling that sense of pride or that sense of appreciation, even in the midst of a dark moment of life. So, for instance, for me, that was one of the obstacles in my way from feeling this pride, really slowing down and feeling the moment, was social media. And was my to-do list. And it was the fact that the house is an absolute disaster right now. And there's laundry and recycling that's piling up. And, there's so many things I need to be doing. But I had to turn all of that off. I turned my phone off. I turned my computer off. And I went outside and I went on a walk. And I got away from the obstacles that kept me from feeling that sense of pride and accomplishment. So the next thing was to just let it wash over me, which was the equivalent of the roll, stop, drop, and roll. And I just like went on a walk, took a deep breath, and let it wash over me. And actually it made it's an emotional experience when you are feeling big moments. Again, highs or lows. There are some big emotions that are going to come along with those moments, especially if you know they're coming in advance. Like attending a funeral is a good example of a big moment in life that might have some big emotions attached to it. Running headfirst into that moment might not be the wisest idea, because what that does is if you are going at the same speed that everyone else is going, you've numbed your sensitivity to your surroundings. And because of that, you're not able to make really sometimes appropriate decisions in a given moment. So an example of that for me in this last week was hustle, 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 put together this brand new program that is super secret, top secret, that's going to come out later on in the next couple months. But I was under this I got to get it out now. I got to get it ready to go before the book comes out. I got to get this, gotta. And I took that pause. And what I came back from that was, no, this is the time for the book to shine. This is not the time for me to be distracting myself with other projects and products and other exciting good things that should happen. But now is not the time to be distracting myself. Now is the time to just let it all sink in and let it all wash over me. For some people, this might mean you have to sit and meditate and let those emotions wash over you, let them just feel it out, right? For some people, like for me the other day, it meant I needed to go and take a walk and actually like move those feelings through my body. For others, maybe you're going to get away from your current environment and go on a small road trip or go to a cafe or whatever your thinking place is. Go to that place and let those feelings come out through your thoughts and through your emotions. So I think it's okay. It's truly okay to defend and protect your pride, especially during like these big moments of the big up moments, the big high moments. It's, if after you accomplish something really, really great and big, or even before, because this is before, it is totally fine to protect and defend my pride. That's going to be for me. As an author now, it's crazy for me to say, but as an author now, reviews are the most valuable thing that I can receive from my readers, just because that means based on the algorithms that exist out there, the more reviews a book has, the more likely that book is to be suggested to other readers who are searching for books similar to yours. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the next couple of weeks trying to turn readers into honest reviews. I'm not asking for like 5 stars. I'm just asking for honest reviews because anything really, really does help. However, it is going to be important to me to protect my pride when, not an if, but when I do get a negative review. And it's going to happen. That's like part of the deal, that when you put anything out into the world, not everyone is going to appreciate it. And so I have been taking a slower pace during this pre-book launch days to nurture that sense of pride, because I know that it's going to take some hits after the release. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And if I am already feeling really thin and worn out by the hustle and bustle of the go, 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 it's going to be really easy for one tiny little bad review to knock me off of my game. But if I have spent time to sit and protect and nurture my potential and nurture my pride, then that means when I do encounter the little bitty bad review or the really big nasty bad review, that I'm going to be less likely to get bumped off my game. Which, when you have a big vision like I do for a career, for instance, I have this big vision for this book. I've gotten so many wonderful, like not just flippant encouragements from advanced readers, but really heartfelt responses that meant the world to me, because I've put my heart and soul into this book, and to have someone else acknowledge that and or be able to utilize my stories and learn from those stories and feel their own pain and feel their own bravery through those stories. That's the reason why I wrote this book, right? That's the exact reason why I did, because I know that our world really does need more bravery. And if that means I have to be brave to show an example and to use myself as an example to communicate these concepts and these theories, then so be it. And I'm ready for that. And I think I'm ready for that because I've taken the time to make space for fully receiving this big moment that's going to happen this next week. And I'm so excited about it. But I wanted to encourage you that this came up too, is that I feel like this moment or this choice to fully receive the big moment before it happens will actually benefit me after it's all like settled down. One of my really good music friends, soul sisters, Tara Ward, she's amazing. Hi, Tara. She and I have had a couple really interesting conversations about like the post-concert letdown. Both she and I are introverts, and so the amount of energy that it takes to get ready to put a concert out or do a CD release or an album release and have a big event. And then the next day, partly because you encountered a lot of people and there's a lot of excitement, there's this letdown or this like subtle depression that happens on the day after a big show. And I'm just curious. I haven't tested this out just yet, but I'm curious to see. I have a feeling that by taking time to make space to fully receive these big moments before they happen, that the letdown will be less of a roller coaster afterwards. I can see how that would be true for me, for sure. Yeah, the post-concert letdown thing, that's like it's not an uncommon thing. You do so much effort and intention, and then it's like leaning into a wall, and then all of a sudden the wall vanishing. Your body has to adjust to it somehow, right? And that adjustment process after the thing is over can sometimes take you by surprise if you're not ready for it. So here's to being ready for big moments and being able to fully receive with like the biggest, most open, most generous heart that I have to offer the world. This is part of that. So thank you so much for being part of our community. I'm so grateful to have you guys by my side and as part of my tribe and my people. It means so much to have all of you by my side. If you are in the Seattle area, I want to invite you to come to the book release concert. I'm so excited about this. We even have a fellow Bare Naked Bravery community member who has volunteered to join me on stage with his awesome musical skills. Hi, Jeff. Thank you for doing that. It means so much to me. My other friend, Steve Norman, is going to join me on pedal steel, and I'll be playing a few songs and then also doing some book reading in between the songs. And we're opening up for Britton Ashford, who is an actress and Broadway songstress from New York. She's based out of originally from the Seattle area, but she's visiting from New York, and we're going to celebrate this book in a really big, beautiful, wonderful way, and I would love to have you join us. So that concert is happening on February 2nd at the Fremont Abbey Arts Center. So if you are in the area, make sure you get your tickets really fast because that's important. Oh gosh, you guys, this is so great. I am going to take the rest of the day and take it easy and do some more deep breaths and prepare for the big day, because January 28th, the day of the book launch, is happening really soon. You are totally invited to come celebrate with all of us, virtually or in person, however that pans out. But welcome to all the new listeners. I know we also have a lot of new people who are in our community. So if you are new and you don't yet have your bravery bundle, then please, oh my gosh, download it. It's so awesome. There's 2 free songs. There's a coloring book. There's access to a 5-day bravery challenge. There is so many other wonderful fun things, including the book bonuses. You get access to the book bonuses early, which is cool. So, okay, you guys, be well. I want you to know, most of all, of course, as with every episode, I want you to know that we need your bravery. And we need you to be vulnerable, and we need you to be imaginative, and we need you to be improvisational, because we need your bravery. We need your bare naked bravery.